But Happy, this really puts South Africans in an awkward position
Yeah.
because we absolutely understand here in the Western Cape 2 hours of load shedding on a particular day during, let's say, stage 1 or 2. But if you move into parts of Gauteng, 4 hours of load shedding at a stretch. We understand how constrained our system is. We understand that Eskom does need more money. At the same time, we don't have the money to give to Eskom.
No, we don't. I mean, the petrol price is also going up in the next month.
Right,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So is there an alternative here? Because Eskom is presumably proposing that the consumer pocket some of the money that they need for diesel, for keeping the lights on. The consumer is saying, look, we're stretched tight enough.
Yeah.
What's the alternative here?
Just to say that Eskom is saying that the consumer pockets all of it. It's not some of it. So there is a degree of burden sharing, which we should be looking at. But the alternatives that are available is that we have to start looking at what energy services, for example, what can I do without electricity? You can have lights without electricity, and I know some people think about going back to the dark ages, but that's not the case. The case is that it's much more economically sensible and logical as well to basically make sure that whatever you can fulfill as an energy service, you use with something else. If you want to heat your room, you don't have to use electricity. It's much more expensive to use electricity. You can use gas. Some people have reticulated their houses with what they call is central heating, basically having a fireplace that can distribute the heat around the house, with just creating the vents available for that. And that is a minimum charge when you look at how much it would cost you to keep on powering your house to just keep it warm with electricity. So there are various ways. You remove your cooking, your heating, even some of your lighting from the electricity grid.
How would you remove your lighting from the electricity grid?
One way would be to get small solar lamps. I mean, there are small solar packages which you can get just for lights, and that less than 1,000 rand. Some are even less than 500 rand, which come to 3 to 5 lights, depending on how big a property is or what you want to light. You then would get something that is more comparative to what you really need. And there are other ways. I mean, for example, I use a lot of candles. I make my own candles. I think it's a very nice hobby to do because I'm getting to understand what it takes to have a candle and what other sources I can use. But you can use other ways, and it's becoming cheaper for me to get candles as opposed to keep on lighting with electricity. Other people are using paraffin, but there are issues around the safety of paraffin, but when it's used correctly, you can basically light your house with it. But the best one for me at this current point in time, until I get to that point, is to use solar.